Hey, you know that if you want to lose weight, you have to eat less. But how do you stick with it and not feel miserable? Last time, we talked about the biology of fullness using the 3x3 fullness framework. Today, I'm going to share with you my simple strategy for weight loss that you can use without it taking over your entire life. It's called Hey, It's Good Enough. Healthy, easy, and yummy enough. Because something most people don't know is that there's actually two ways we can approach weight loss. When we're locked in, it means tracking things like calories or macros. This can be really helpful if you want a more precise approach, have a shorter term goal, or have hit a plateau. But Hey, It's Good Enough is my go-to when you already have too much on your plate, but you still want results. It helps us save brain power while still eating less calories and feeling nourished. And if you wanna, you can always lock in with the numbers later. But before we break down the H, the E, and the Y, I want us to focus on the word enough. Because this is not about getting an A++ on your diet. We can't focus so much on making food healthy that we forget that it also needs to be easy and yummy. Because for any habit to stick, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be good enough. As in good enough. So let's start with healthy enough. The first question we want to ask is this healthy enough to give my body what it needs and keep me full? The key here is how you value food. I personally love me a good deal. So if I'm spending my calorie budget, I want to know, what's my return on investment? Because good value isn't just about the fewest calories or the best taste. It's about what we get back in fullness, enjoyment, and nourishment. And guess what, guys? A lot of the foods we talked about in part 1 that keep us full are also a 2-for-1 deal. They give our body the energy and nutrients it needs to help keep us alive and thriving. This matters even more during a fat loss phase because the less we eat, the more each bite needs to count. And a calorie deficit should not become a nutrient deficit. Another psychology hack is instead of subtracting food and making our meals smaller and more restrictive, we can actually add or swap foods that give us a better return. So instead of having a tiny portion of pasta and trying to tolerate the hunger and sadness, maybe swap it out for a higher fiber pasta so you can have more of it, and add in veggies for volume and chicken for protein. Next is the part that really matters, because let's face it, we are all just trying to adult in a busy, real life. We can design the perfect meal, but if it takes 30 ingredients and a sink full of dishes, we're not making it. So question number 2. Is this easy enough to repeat? Making our meals easy reduces friction in our environment, making it way more likely that we'll actually make it again. And easy also doesn't mean it has to be garbage food. There are lots of healthy foods that require almost no effort. Keep a few staples in your freezer, pantry, and fridge that you know you'll actually use, so that the easy choice is also healthy enough. Because remember, we're not trying harder. We're trying smarter. And for the days when you just really can't be bothered, you can still have takeout. But rather than defaulting to just whatever you always get, apply the same mindset. At the drive-thru, if you normally get a burger, fries, and a regular Coke, maybe consider switching up that burger for a smaller one, or maybe a diet pop, or even swapping out the fries for a side salad or some nuggies. You don't have to optimize every meal or make a perfectly healthy choice all the time. If you really want the fries, just get them. But if takeout is a part of your regular routine, swapping out a couple of your defaults will make a difference. The last box we want to check is if your food is yummy, or at least yummy enough. Because honestly, it's kind of hard for whole foods to compete with the high-calorie, ultra-processed products like chips, chocolate bars, candy, gummy bears, ice cream, pizza. But the reason these foods are so easy to crave and overeat is because they're designed to taste good. And let's face it, being physically full or satiated is not the same thing as feeling satisfied. This is why you can eat a whole bowl of veggies and feel physically full, but if you didn't really like it, you might still be thinking about what to eat next. So we want our meals to be both filling and satisfying so that we can eat, feel good enough, and move on with our day. To amp up our healthy and easy enough foods, we can use a toolbox to make it yummy enough. Because look, if we had to eat the same boiled chicken breast with steamed broccoli every day, it would be a no. But take that same chicken, add in some crunch or maybe a good sauce, switch up the seasoning, and it can become something that we look forward to repeating. So absolutely, add in some salt, sugar, spice, whatever it is that makes your base food taste good. Because we're not avoiding pleasure, we're adding it in intentionally. Healthy eating is much more sustainable when you like it enough to keep it up. So hey, before you plan your next fat loss phase, I want you to think about healthy, easy, and yummy. And remember, not every food choice has to do everything. It just has to be good enough. Because this isn't about another set of rigid food rules that you have to follow perfectly. It's about a way of thinking to help you choose foods that work for both your body and your real life. And the more that you have this mindset, the more it just becomes how you eat. Because this way of eating isn't just about a fat loss phase. It's a way to take care of your future self. You in 20, 30, or 40 years from now. So thank you for investing your time with me. And stick around for part 3. I'm going to bring you into my kitchen where we're going to put everything together on a plate and keep cooking. And if you haven't watched part 1 yet, watch that next. It explains how to stay fuller for longer using your body's biology. And it should show up somewhere here.